Good afternoon and welcome to the Lunchtime News at 12. You're watching ICU TV. And now let's take a look at the stories that are making headlines. Zambia's Dr. Hapenga Kabeta addresses 2025 Africa Down Under Conference. Malanji and Yamba case judgment underway. President Hichilema calls for continued health partnerships amid the reduced aid. And in international news, China showcases military might in Beijing parade. And on the sports front, foreign players boost Chipolopolo squad ahead of Morocco clash. But with the news in detail, my name is Maluwa Eric J. Mwanamujende. Dr. Hapenga Kabeta, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development, has made a virtual presentation at the 2025 Africa Down Under Conference in Perth, Australia. The conference brings together industry experts and investors and government officials to discuss strengths and opportunities in the mining sector. And in other news, the Economic and Financial Crimes Court is set to deliver judgment in the case involving former Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji and former Secretary to the Treasury Fredson Yamba. They face corruption-related charges. Mr. Malanji is accused of buying 2 helicopters from South African aviation companies using funds meant for a Zambian chancery in Turkey. He also faces charges of acquiring properties suspected to be proceeds of crime. Mr. Yamba is accused of failing to follow procedure in moving over 108 million kwacha for purchasing Zambian properties in Turkey, with evidence showing the procurement was allegedly inflated by $10 million US dollars. The court awaits judgment in this high-profile case. President Hichilema has emphasized that no Zambian should be left vulnerable due to reduced foreign aid. He has called for stronger collaboration between the government and the church in delivering health services. But President Hichilema noted that drug availability in public health facilities has improved significantly from 40% in 2021 to 85% today, following reforms at the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency. The president has ordered the forensic audit at SAMSA to address corruption and inefficiencies. He also urged the church to partner with government in producing medicines and vaccines locally to achieve health independence. The Church's Health Association of Zambia operates 162 health facilities and 11 training institutions, serving approximately 8.6 million Zambians annually. Bishop Evans Chinyemba praised the government for supporting mission hospitals and emphasized the importance of preserving the partnership between the government and the church. The Zambian Air Force has made history by deploying its first air asset for United Nations peacekeeping operations. AC-27 Spartan aircraft and crew have been assigned to support the United Nations Interim Security Force for Abyei UNISFA, providing strategic airlift between Kaduguli, Sudan, and Wau, South Sudan. After a brief return to Zambia on September 2nd, 2025 for a local operation, the aircraft and crew are set to resume their mission. This deployment showcases Zambia's commitment to global peace and stability, marking a significant contribution to international peacekeeping efforts. Zambia and the Democratic Republic of Congo have called for the expansion of bilateral trade relations in livestock and fisheries products. Fisheries and Livestock Minister Peter Kapala emphasized the importance of deepening trade agreements made between President Hakainde Hichilema and DRC President Felix Tshisekedi, particularly regarding the export of beef from Zambia to the DRC. Mr. Kapala highlighted Zambia's progress in establishing animal disease-free compartments, which will facilitate the safe and sustainable trade of beef to the DRC and other neighboring countries. A DRC delegation led by Pascaline Mbango Kikumbi, Permanent Secretary in the DRC's Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock, paid a courtesy call to discuss the initiative. Ms. Kikumbi stated that her team is in Zambia to familiarize themselves with beef compartments and value chains in preparation for imports. She expressed DRC's enthusiasm for the initiative and added that her country is also interested in importing poultry, goats, sheep, and fish once beef exports commence. Zambia Beef Exports Project Manager Mishek Mulumba noted that the involvement of the private sector and the establishment of disease-free compartments will support sustainable and safe intra-regional trade under the frameworks of the Southern African Development Community and the African Continental Free Trade Area. We go on our first break. We'll be right back with the international news. Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development. Welcome back. And in international news, China marked the 80th anniversary of its victory over Japan in World War II with a grand military parade in Beijing's Tiananmen Square. The event showcased China's latest military hardware, including advanced defense technologies, stealth jets, intercontinental missiles, and thousands of troops marching in perfect formation. President Xi Jinping, who also heads China's armed forces and the Communist Party, oversaw the ceremony, greeting foreign leaders such as Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The parade highlighted China's military advancements, featuring DF-5 intercontinental missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads and precise formations of soldiers demonstrating China's military discipline. Xi stressed China's commitment to peaceful development, stating, "Humanity faces a choice between peace and war, dialogue or confrontation, cooperation of zero-sum competition." The ceremony began with an 80-gun artillery salute and the national anthem, March of the Volunteers, composed in 1935 during the early years of resistance against Japanese forces. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump criticized Xi on social media, suggesting he was conspiring with Putin and Kim Jong-un against the United States. Well, we go on our final break and we'll be right back with sports news.
Did you know that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is possible? Hi, I'm Ngenia Moyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
Well, thank you for staying tuned. Let's get down to the sports front. The Zambia national football team, Chipolopolo, has received a significant boost with the arrival of several foreign-based players ahead of their crucial FIFA World Cup qualifier against Morocco. The players who have joined the team in Doha include Israel-based duo Kings Kangwa and Kennedy Musonda, as well as Lamek Banda and Fashion Sakala. Other foreign-based players expected to join the squad are Scotland-based Miguel Chaiwa and Denmark-based Edward Chilufya, who plays for Midtjylland. Joseph Liteta, currently with Italian club Cagliari, is also set to complete the roster. The team preparations have been bolstered by the presence of these talented players who will aim to make a significant impact in the match against Morocco at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Doha. Unfortunately, Austria-based Kingston Mtandwa has opted out of the assignment due to personal reasons after recently joining Austrian Bundesliga outfit SV Ride from Italian side Cagliari. Well, the match against Morocco promises to be an exciting encounter with ticket sales already underway. Well, that sports item brings us to the end of the lunchtime news. Let's take a quick recap of the stories that made headlines. Zambia's Dr. Hapenga Kabeta addresses 2025 Africa Down Under Conference. Malanji and Yamba case judgment underway. President Hichilema calls for continued health partnership amid reduced aid. In international news, China showcases military might in Beijing parade. And on the sports front, foreign players boost Chipolopolo squad ahead of Morocco clash. Well, we come to the end of the ICU TV Lunchtime News. Please do make sure to follow us on our social media platforms. That is ICU TV News on Facebook, and ICU TV ZM on YouTube, ICUTVZM.com. That is on our website. I've been your anchor this afternoon, Maluba Eric J. Mwanamajende. Please do have a lovely afternoon.